Can't hire like some.
Elbow.
That's what you get for telling me fuck you twice today. One elbow hit.
Fuck you, man. So, welcome back to Incredibly Uncensored, episode number 59. We are back.
We are back. Feels good.
Oh, so I attempted to take a mental health break last week.
How'd that go?
Not great. So,
Are you refreshed? Is your mental health recouped?
so if I had my symptoms for my mental health dropped into WebMD, they would assume I was already dead. So that feels accurate. It feels timely. I mean, it was fine. Dude, I was just so overwhelmed. We just had so much shit going on. Business for me is booming. The kids are in all of the sports balls that you could even imagine they could be in. So it's just non-fucking stop. And I'm like, I just don't have the time. Like, I legitimately don't have the time. You work normal work hours, right?
Right.
The 8 to 5, you know, the 7 to 5, whatever that is.
Sure.
That's what you work. My schedule's a lot more flexible during the day when the kids are at school.
Right.
But my evenings and my weekends are absolutely monopolized.
Because your other times are free. Yeah, it's a trade. It's a trade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and again, I have to use those off hours to actually like do work.
Yeah.
Legitimately. Well, and then on top of that, my fucking car breaks down.
Yes.
So I'm like, we're down to one car. Thankfully, my boss let me borrow another piece of shit Traverse. So I'm very thankful for that.
But a running Traverse.
But it's a running Traverse.
Yeah.
It's getting me from A to B.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like hell, but I don't give a fuck.
I pulled in the parking lot. I'm like, man, you ain't parked in the same spot. It's just like you gotta.
I mean, it's up here, man.
Yeah, it's a Mandela effect. It's always been that color.
I'm a creature of consistency.
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah, 100%.
Even the rent-a-cars are fucking Traverses. I'm like,
I gotta have something to carry on this gaggle of fucking children.
I know, right?
So I was attempting to like reset, and I didn't end up with any free time to attempt to reset or attempt to do anything even remotely normal. I was trying to take some time to like just decompress for a hot second. Never worked.
It's fucking impossible
It
because
never worked.
Like, it's almost like getting here is like your downtime from there, even though you got a bunch of shit to do here. You know, I get it.
Well, and the crazy thing about it is I'm not the exception. Like, everybody feels this way.
Oh yeah.
Everybody feels this way. And I feel this way often because it's a monster of my own creation. You know, I'm in that type of business, service oriented. Yep. I want the kids active and in sports. So we pay to have them do all the things. I'm not upset about any of it.
Right.
But there does come that point in time where it continues to grind and grind and grind. And then my dryer breaks, the car breaks. I have zero time. And I'm just like, I can't. I need a week.
Yep.
I need a week.
So
we apologize to our listeners, our tens of listeners.
Yes. All 11 of you, because there's probably 11
12
now.
or 13.
Yeah.
The shorts are getting some subscribers, so that helps as well.
For sure.
Oh.
So, I mean, saying that you're not alone in it, you're not alone in those little mental breakdowns either. You know what I mean?
No, and I know that.
I'm a victim to that too, or it's an unplanned breakdown where you're like, fuck.
Well, and again, because of how busy we are, when a monkey wrench gets thrown into things,
right?
Like, it fucks everything up. Everything.
Yeah, and you got to replan.
Yep.
All of those things, and you're not even really sure how long you got to replan them for.
Nope. That's exactly it. The car should be in the shop next week.
Should be.
That's the theory. I've booked an appointment, so let's consider that a win.
That's good.
I'm on the books, so that's a plus. But I don't know. It is what it is. And I know, know that other people, like, I'm screaming into the void, but people can absolutely identify with shit like this.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're nodding their heads right now.
Yeah. And I'm not, reliability is a big thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do what you say what you do. You know, that's how my grandpa's always told me to do things. That's how I'm supposed to conduct myself in business, you know, under promise, over deliver type situation. Yep. So like when I can't be reliable or I can't be as available as I need to be, it stresses me out.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I need to go see the chiropractor. Like I'm all tense in my shoulders, I'm carrying all my stress and like my upper back. I'm like, oh God. I
Yeah.
told the kids, I'm like, hit me with your lacrosse stick right in the back a couple of times. Just try to loosen this shit up. But it's good, and at the end of the day, because again, as adults, that's what we do, right?
Right.
We solve the problems.
Yep.
I'm not here to like bitch and moan and make my kids feel bad that I got to do all this stuff. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just
No.
trying to orchestrate things in a collective sense so that we can all reach the finish line,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word. We got a lot of obligations.
Mhm.
You can't just not go to practice because I don't have a vehicle. I got to figure it out.
Right.
That's the shit. And so especially before I got the other Traverse, it was like Uber dad. Just here.
It'd be a nightmare.
Let's go to Otisville for softball. Let's come back to Davison, drop them off. Let's go run over here and pick this girl up from ballet. And then let's go back up and pick them up and then pick them up and then go over here, then wait 45 minutes and then go. I'm like, I'm going to fucking kill somebody.
That would
probably myself, but I mean, tomato.
You couldn't do that. You had to drive everybody everywhere. You
True
were too
story.
busy. Yeah, you're too busy.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But let's talk about what we got going on. The weather is fucking phenomenal.
Beautiful.
I love it. I love it. I feel alive again. That's helped tremendously. If this would have happened in like December, I would have just quit everything and hibernated.
Yep.
I'm done.
Catastrophic meltdown.
Yep. Just boop. That's it. Press the button.
Sales are down.
I flipped the open to close sign and just like, well, all done for a little bit. I'm gonna need a hot second.
Yep.
No,
but I feel you. I'm with you, man. This sunshine.
Oh my God.
It turns things around almost immediately.
Yeah.
At least for me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was kind of starting to try to get on the upswing anyway, because we had a few nice days in there and I was really like trying to take it in intentionally,
Yep.
But now it's, 82 degrees. I'm ready.
It's hot.
Feels so good.
The boys are at lacrosse right now, across the street, and they're like, it's so hot out, Dad. I'm like, listen, you signed up for summer league too. We begged and pleaded with you to not play summer. And you're like, no, we want to play summer with all of our friends. Well, guess what, motherfucker? It's only getting hot from here on out.
Yeah. Welcome to the first hot day.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Enjoy it.
Hell
it's
yeah.
It's going to be fun. Sweat out all that fucking candy you guys are always eating.
Yeah. You ain't kidding.
So yesterday was Mother's Day.
Yep.
So again, we're recording on Friday for our Wednesday release, but yesterday was, wait, what? Am I saying shit right?
Yeah.
No, today's Monday. Normally we record on Friday.
Correct.
Today's Monday.
Yeah. Today is Monday.
I'm confusing myself here. I'm like, what fucking day is it?
It's Monday. The day after Mother's Day.
Yes. The day after Mother's Day.
Yep.
So we celebrated that yesterday. What'd you guys do?
Not much. Kelly got up and went to her mom's right away and took the girls.
Okay.
I got up and I started doing the pool stuff, getting the pool going and all that.
Well done. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's gonna be so good. And then my pool pump went out.
Of course.
Wouldn't work. Yeah, it was great. So shout out to the local pool what do you call them? The pool supplier.
Yeah.
Got a brand new pump. I called them and it was Sunday on Mother's Day. So I'm like, man, I looked them up on Google and it said they were closed. I'm like, oh shit. So I called and she answered the phone. It was like 9:58 and she answered the phone. She's like, hey, we're open 10 to 2 today. How are you? And I'm like, you are open? She's like, yup. I'm like, well, I know 'tis the season. I said, what are the chances you got a pool pump? And she's like, oh yeah, we got plenty of them. Come on in.
Awesome.
So Michael and I shot down there. And while we were in the area, we stopped by my mom's, gave her some stuff, and hung out there for a little while. And then we came back and just did like yard work all day.
That's awesome.
So, a funny story, I got the pool pump had a 6-foot cord on it.
Okay.
And that's why I placed the pump and filter where I placed it. So the new ones don't have a 6-foot cord; they have a 2-foot cord. Well, the 2-foot cord wouldn't reach my plug. And I was like, I don't want to fucking hook up an extension cord to it. Yeah. So I was like, well, I guess we'll just move it. But at this point, the pool is full, so all the water had went back into the filter, and it's full of sand. So that thing is, dude, it's like 300 pounds.
Yeah,
it's
hundreds
heavy.
of pounds.
I tried gorilla grabbing it and lifting it, and I could only get like half of it off.
Yeah.
So Michael, who's 12, I'm like, hey, dude, I'm going to need your help. So I got this dolly, but the tire is all messed up on the one side, and I haven't fixed it yet. So I was like, I have a dolly with a flat tire. And I was like, we need to get this thing on here. And I said, I'm going to lift it up and I need you to push. And he's like, okay. We ended up I laid some new bricks and shit down. It took us a little bit, but we freaking yanked that thing over. We finally got it. And he's like, man, that was hard. I'm like, it would have been way harder by myself. So thank you so much.
Yes.
But
That's awesome.
yeah, got it installed, got everything going, dumped a bunch of
Perfect.
chemicals in it.
Fucking
We got to put a solar cover reel, about a reel system.
okay.
Seems like it'd be pretty easy, but man, you read the instructions, it's like I feel like they make this a little bit harder than it needs to be with all these words.
It's like an IKEA thing.
100%. But there's not much to it.
That's funny though, because Jessica, she loves buying shit that's got to be put together. And she doesn't ever read instructions. I'm like,
Is she good at it? Like jigsaw puzzling
no.
together?
I mean, she's good at puzzles, but she ain't good at putting shit together. So
Puzzle.
she'll be like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, they got these cool things called fucking instructions.
Yeah, you start at 1 and work your way down.
They even tell you. They tell you everything. They got labels and stickers and all the shit on all the things.
Sometimes there's pictures even.
I'm like, use the fucking instructions. She's like, well, it shouldn't be that hard. I'm like, just use the fucking instructions. That's why they're there. Where me, I use the instructions for everything because I grew up and so it's ingrained in my head from doing Legos. You get a giant Lego set, you follow the fucking booklet.
Yeah.
And then you break it and then you build whatever you want.
Right.
But initially, you use the book to fucking build the shit.
Right.
So yeah, I totally identify with that. Instructions are motherfucker, but they're there to help you.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God, such a hot mess. We had a lacrosse tournament on Saturday, of course. And then the girls had Aria had a baton competition. So Jessica and her mom and Aria were in Indiana.
Ooh.
And then I had the other 3.
Nice.
So they didn't get home till I think 1:30.
Ooh.
Sunday morning, Saturday night, because they had to drive back. It was like 4.5, 5 hours.
What time they leave?
Well, it was after the awards ceremony. So I think it was like 7.
No, I mean what time did they leave to go down there?
Oh, they left Friday afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Left Friday afternoon.
So they did stay over.
Yeah, they stayed one night. Stayed the night because they had to be there at like 8 a.m.
Right.
She's like, I'm not leaving at 3 in. That's insane.
No.
That'd be
would. Terrible. And then have to go do the competition. Like, oh.
Yeah, but that's the little girl. She don't give a shit.
Yeah, but you got to sit and watch.
Well, that's why I don't go to these. Yeah, just dead as a doornail.
Yeah.
They were pretty well whooped. So we ended up having a super chill day on Sunday. The boys had basketball Sunday afternoon, but it was nice.
Yeah.
It was pretty relaxing. I went and showed a couple of houses.
Did you?
Yeah, my clients were like, we're so sorry we're looking on Mother's Day. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm like, just like I said in the group chat, my wife loves me, but she loves the money I make more. Yeah. So let's fucking put some deals together.
Let's do this.
Let's write some offers. That's the way we do business. So it was nice. And we ended up, the kids went and got ice cream at one of the local ice cream joints. And it was packed because moms all got free ice cream that day.
Yeah.
Amazing promotion.
Yeah.
But like I'm sitting there. And so we were there and then my in-laws were there. And so they start calling my sister-in-laws and my brother-in-laws and like, hey, you guys want to come over? We're going to have ice cream. So like this 15-minute ice cream stop was quickly turning into like a 90-minute ordeal.
A get together. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jessica's like, well, everybody's coming. What do you want to do? I'm like, take me home. I'm like, not that I don't want to spend time with you guys, but I'm not eating ice cream and I don't want to sit here for a fucking hour. I have shit to do. I have work. So she took me home.
Just take me home.
Yep. And sure as shit, they were gone for like a fucking solid hour plus.
Hell yeah.
I was like, whatever, bro. But I had shit to do. Like legitimately.
Right.
And I've got work to do tonight after we record. It's like, I've got another fucking hour and a half's worth of work to get done.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's business. But like, I don't have time to sit here and fucking fuck around at the ice cream. It's true. It's so true.
Like if we were at the ribeye bar, it'd be a different story.
There you go.
But we're not.
Yes. If we were at Texas Day Brazil, we sit here for fucking 4 hours, bro. Yeah, I am ready. Oh. But we're not. And so I want to go home. I don't want to sit in this car right now.
I got things to do now.
And the line was fucking, I'm like, this is fucking insane.
It is
I got to get the fuck out of here. So yeah, I was like, sorry, love you. Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to peace out.
See ya. That's great.
But I had to get work done. So it worked out fine.
I'm sure she didn't care.
No,
she got to hang out with the kids anyway. It's Mother's Day.
And that's her gift.
Yeah.
That's her gift. Her gift. Your gift is your children. That's what you want.
Yep. You get to hang out with all 4 of your gifts.
That's why we're celebrating today.
Yep.
Everybody always laughs because they're like, what do you usually like for Father's Day? I'm like, I like my wife and children to go over to my in-laws and hang out all day. And I stay at home. I'm like,
Good gift.
I don't,
It's a good gift.
I just like sometimes the quiet. The quiet's really nice. It's
Yeah.
really nice. You've been to my house. My house is loud. I'm loud. And,
Bro,
and I get it. That fact
yeah.
is not lost on me. My kids are loud because I'm loud.
Yeah.
You know.
I had twins too, man. So I had three kids under 5
Yeah.
for a while,
Yep.
you know, and I was like, sometimes it was just absolute mayhem.
Yeah.
The twins started crawling, and it was like one going this way, one going that way. A 4-year-old wants to play and running
Yeah.
around in cowboy boots and shit. And
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And it's great. Excuse me.
You getting all
I promise I'm not getting choked up.
up.
Yeah, I'm getting choked up about Father's Day. But I'm just like, I think it would just be nice to be able to just chill the fuck out all on my own. All on my own.
Maybe that's a good idea for Mother's Day
It
too.
very rarely happens though. Usually I'm guilted into like, so you're coming with us, right?
That doesn't happen very often for me either, but most of the time I go. But sometimes it's like Kelly went to her sister's on Grand Rapids one weekend, and
Oh,
I
nice.
had to work on Saturday, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna take kids out to Grand Rapids. I know you got to work on Saturday," and I'm like, "This is great." I think I texted you because you had asked about something, and I was like, "Sorry, but I'm gonna decline because I just ordered myself the greatest." I don't even remember what it was. It was the
Yeah.
best pizza ever with like everything crust and everything that I wanted.
Yeah.
Stuffed crust, just the sloppiest
Yeah.
pizza you could get.
Yes.
You know, and I'm
Each
like,
piece weighs about half a pound.
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here watching whatever I want.
Yep.
Probably in my underwear.
Yep.
Like, this is fantastic.
Living your best life.
Yeah. Like,
Living your best life,
yeah,
man.
you really love that shit when you don't get to ever do it. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's accurate, dude.
man,
So
this is so
accurate.
nice.
Well, I don't know.
I wouldn't prefer to do that all the time over what I have.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
But once or every now and then is like, I'm gonna do my best to take advantage of this.
Well, and I tell Jessica all the time, like, listen, call Kelly. She would probably love to go out and get dinner somewhere.
Yeah,
Like, go
for sure.
call anybody.
Yeah,
You want
Kelly
to go out by
absolutely would.
yourself? Go.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot that you can just decompress and let go of when you're by yourself.
Dude, you ain't kidding.
You know, just the ability to be able to just disengage.
Being by yourself is different though if you've never done it before.
True.
And I didn't do that for a really long time, but I joined that pool league a few years ago,
Yeah.
and it was like so close to my get out time that it wasn't worth it to drive all the way home and then drive all the way back. 'Cause
Right.
the pool leagues are generally out in that area.
Right.
So I would just take a bag of clothes with me, and after work, I would just kind of clean up a little bit, go up to the wherever we were playing, and I'd just sit there and order food, talk with the patrons and shit that
Yeah.
were there, and just kind of hang out. And I was
Right.
like, it was kind of like stress relieving. You know what I mean?
Yes.
These people don't know me, and I don't know them. We're just
Right.
shooting the shit about baseball or whatever the hell's on
Right.
TV, and we're just
Yeah, exactly.
shooting the breeze. You know? And I was like, man, I kind of missed that. That was nice.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm not a real codependent person.
Right.
So I do cherish those times where it's like quiet. Like today, I stayed home. I didn't come into the office today, and I stayed home, mowed the lawn.
Right.
It was fucking great.
I love doing that.
Listened to some podcasts, fucking did the shit. It was hot too. I'm glad I started when I did.
Hell yeah.
Because like by the end, I'm like, ooh, I'm getting like sweaty.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You
You
get
everything.
like the under boob
Yep.
sweats, like the
You-
back sweat. I'm like,
You
"Ooh,
don't
man."
even have boobs.
Well, I mean, the under boob area,
The pec sweat.
pectorals.
Yeah.
the pectorals.
Did
Took
you
out my pecs, bro.
Did you ever look up? Did you ever look up any gas mowers?
No, I didn't.
No, not yet.
And every time I kept walking from the mower back to the garage to get a fresh battery, I was like, I really need to look this up.
So I doubt there's no way possible. I don't think that my neighbor listens to this. So it's the neighbor that she's just kind of Karen-y.
Yeah.
And
Well, hi, Karen. If you are listening, we're looking forward to this story.
we are looking forward to it. So their grass is like super long. I don't know what the fuck happened. So I see her out there yesterday, and she's got one of them old. I don't even know if you've ever seen one of these, but it's a lawnmower with a plug on it.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
Have you?
Yeah.
So we used to have one when I was a kid that my dad bought for like $10 at a garage sale.
Sure.
Very quickly realized why it was for sale for $10 at the garage sale, because what a pain in the ass that thing is. So she's got one over there trying to mow this super fucking long grass.
Oh yeah, that's not great.
And I'm like, that is gonna fucking take forever. And she's
Yeah.
like hacking away at it and swinging this cord around and all kinds of shit. And I'm like, man, if you weren't such a bitch, I would probably like offer to come do it, but I'm not because, and
Fuck
she,
you.
yeah, and she even looked over at me and I'm like, nope, like I'm not doing it. I'm not even engaging. Like, cause cause I'm a nice guy. Like generally I'd be like, hey,
I'm actually surprised to hear you say that.
yeah, because
She must be a
10
real cunt.
yeah, 10 out of 10 times, I'd be like, "Hey, like, I'll like, let me finish up. I'll just come mow your lawn for you, till you get a mower or whatever."
Yeah.
No big deal at all, but sh like, I've been there for 5 years now,
Yeah.
and she's a fucking bitch every single year, like, just was it this year or last year? I think it was last year. Michael was out riding the mini bike around, and you can legally ride the
Yeah.
mini bike all over those roads back there, and he takes off, goes to the dam and all kinds of shit. Well, he's fucking riding around the road, and she comes running out of her house and comes standing right in the road, like right in front of him as he's driving, doing like 25 mile an hour on this mini bike driving down the road. And he's like, what in the heck? So he like starts hitting the brakes. He didn't stop because he's like, I don't know what she was doing. He's like, so I just drove around her, and he's like, she was yelling at me, chirping something in my ear. And I'm like, what? What? And then we were having a party one time and she called the cops at 8:30 at night. We were all like outside eating and we had the radio going and
Yeah.
people were in the pool, like all the kids, everybody's still there. She called the cops on us because our music was too loud. And I'm like, what? The cop showed up and he's like, have you turned your music down? I'm like, no. I'm like, I didn't even know she called you. I'm like, it's been just like as you hear it, this is
Yeah.
what it is. And he's like, I rolled my window down very before I pulled onto your road. And he's like, I could not hear it literally until I got like right next to your house. And I'm like, I know. I'm like, I'm kind of astonished that she even called the cops. I'm like, what the hell? So then I was like, hey, I'm like, if there's an issue, I'm like, come over. Like, there's a fence right here. Come over to the fence and be like, hey, can you turn your music down or whatever? Like, you don't have to call the police, waste their goddamn time to come out here. Like, it's literally just we're just having to get together,
Right.
and it's like that every single year.
That sucks.
Last year,
That sucks.
last year I had
She's
this.
not gonna have a good time with me over there.
No. Well, last year we were being, dude, like I literally had this little Bluetooth speaker and I brought it out and I got this stump for a table that I set out next to the fire and I set the Bluetooth speaker on it and it was me and Kelly and my friend Josh and his wife and my friend Carl and Laura just happened to be in the area
Yeah.
and stopped over. Laura's basically sleeping. They had just got back from dinner and Carl was just stopping over. Laura's basically sleeping in the chair. We've got this Bluetooth speaker on like 4. I mean, we're all
Yeah.
just sitting around a campfire, just shooting the shit. It's like
Sure.
11 o'clock at night. And she like starts flipping her light like this, but I can't see it. It's behind me. And Kelly's like, why is she flipping her light? So I turn around and I walk over to the fence and she's like, can you please keep it down? And dude, I am not even exaggerating when I say this, that I couldn't hear the music at the damn fence line where then I'm like I just looked at her, I put my hands like this, and I just turned around and walked away. And I was like, I'm not even doing this right now. Like, I'm not even doing this.
Buy that bitch a fucking fan or something. Like, do you need a fan in your
I
room?
told Kelly, I was like, I'm about to go like buy him some passes to go do some shit. Here's some circus passes on our next party.
So is it like the husband is like very passive?
Yeah, he's super passive.
Okay.
You don't see him very much. I saw him outside yesterday in a safari hat picking up some sticks.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's weird.
Fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, now like
Nightmare neighbors, man.
our dogs will play together when they go out and they like run the fence line. There's like a path on each side, right,
Sure.
where the dogs run and play. But now for some reason they put their dog on a leash. Like the whole yard is fenced in. Like
That's
everything is
crazy.
all fenced in. It's like, are you like spitefully stopping your dog from playing with my dog? Like
Spitefully?
like, is this what's going on
What
right
are we
now?
doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I'm like, what? Like, it's unbelievable. But
People are fucking crazy.
out of everybody in that neighborhood, that's the only person that's
No,
like,
I mean, every neighborhood has one.
absolutely, dude.
You should tell her that you got a friend in real estate, so she's looking to sell. And get her
Yeah.
top dollar for her house. How fucking crazy, though.
It is crazy.
It's too bad that some people are just that miserable,
Yeah. And I get it that, everybody's different, but man, there's a much better way to go about all of that.
Absolutely.
My neighbor is a goddamn cop for our township.
Yeah.
literally like right next door has never complained once. Like he has my phone number. I always text him and shit because I got a young kid. I'm like,
Yeah,
hey dude, if we're ever too loud, let me know. Blah blah blah. Never hear anything. Like we've been probably too loud a couple times,
sure.
and he never complained even one time.
It's because he knows it's not a big fucking deal.
That's kind of exactly what I'm thinking. And they're younger, they're a
Yeah,
younger couple, little kids and stuff, but it's like none of my other neighbors ever say anything. And we only do that a few times a year anyway.
right,
Like when it gets nice out like this, 4th of July,
right,
stuff like that,
right.
where you have a shindig, but it's like, man, you gotta expect it,
Chill.
It's not like it's going till 1 o'clock in the morning,
Right. Yeah, we're all old. We want to be in bed by midnight if we can. That's reasonable.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's fucking reasonable. We can start though. We can start early. That's the key.
That's the key.
That's
Is
the
you gotta
key.
start early.
Hit like a 3 o'clock start time, and then you're good.
Yep.
Nobody wants to start a party when I'm in my 40s. I don't. When somebody says like,
No.
"Oh, hey, we're getting together at 8 o'clock," the fuck you
Nope.
are.
Yeah, you are. You are. I'm not.
Have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. You want to meet up at 3
Yeah.
and we can get some dinner?
Let me let me know if you want to get like some brunch. Let me know if you want to hit up brunch one day. We could probably do that. Like that's more reasonable and more my
I
speed.
figured dinner would be like a 3 to 5, like you
Yeah.
can go get some time in. They can
Well,
fuel up before their long night out.
yeah, I'm waiting for some of these like artists to be like, you know what? Fuck these 7, 8 o'clock shows. Let's start off like 3.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
The building is dark anyway.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah, let's go 3 or 4. Let's get the hell out of there by 8:30.
Yep. Give you a reason to take the day off work.
Yes.
Yeah, come down early.
That's what
to
I'm
me,
talking
that's
about.
brilliant. That's what I want. I want early shit. I don't give a fuck about the rest of this.
And
8, 9 o'clock.
You're right. That does make it hard. I just seen a thing on Facebook talking about how you used to go out at 10 p.m. or whatever, and now you're you're eating dinner by 5:30 so that your food digests in time for bed, so you don't have heartburn.
It's so fucking accurate. It's so
true.
fucking accurate.
It's so true. I read it and I was like, God, I sound old when you put it that way.
Yeah. But it's true.
Yeah,
it's
so
true.
Yeah.
I remember when Jessica and and this is how old we are. Before we had kids, we were married. We would always go to Applebee's because they would do half off appetizers after like 8 o'clock, like 8 p.m. to close. So like we might have a little snack after work or whatever. Then we're like, let's go get some apps at like 9:30. And we're ordering like 6 orders of wings and fucking nachos, quesadillas, just gluttonous, just a gluttonous display of food on the table. But it was like, we didn't give a shit. We're getting out of there at 11 o'clock, popping down a few Long Islands while I'm there,
Hell yeah.
feeling good. But I'm like, now the sheer thought of that gives me anxiety. It makes my chest say, I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine that.
Salsa after 9? Absolutely not.
That just sounds like acid reflux to me. It's true though.
I don't know what the fuck I ate yesterday. My guts have been just wrecked today.
Yeah.
I had chicken tacos.
Yeah.
And a little bit of ice cream was, I think, pretty much all I had yesterday. Woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, just like, so I haven't ate at all. I'm like, I'm fucking fasting for like 36 hours.
I need a day to reset.
100%.
Yep.
I feel not 100%, but I feel much better now.
Yeah.
The morning was rough. I was like,
I tell people all the time, like a little bit of stomach flu, is a great way to start off a fast.
Absolutely.
You just vacate everything out of your body. It's like, hey, now's a good time. Start that diet, intermittent fasting. Do what you got to do.
I drank
Perfect way to
so
do it.
much water today.
It's good.
So much.
That's a good thing.
I also seen a thing that said, make sure you drink all your water today because then it doesn't give you time to put up with anybody's drama because you're too busy peeing. And that was me all day long, dude. Like, but I'm like, God, I gotta pee again. Like, this is ridiculous.
I was thinking about drinking some coffee this morning, but when it's hot out, I just don't drink coffee.
Same.
I don't do it.
And because I've turned more into a coffee drinker this year than
really?
normal. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was kind of curious of like how I would be. But you get days like this, dude, it was like a switch. I'm like, I don't need anything hot.
Nope.
Like, I want cold water.
Yep.
Some blue.
Yep. Exactly. So, all right, let's get into Old Man Screaming at the Sky.
Oh, yeah. What do you got? It's been a couple weeks to brew one.
I know. So this one really bothers me, and it's bothered me forever, since I was a kid in school.
Oh, man.
Yes. So the simple fact and I'm going to do my best to keep this from getting political.
Okay.
But standardized testing is the bane of my existence.
Oh, it's
It is
terrible.
the most frustrating thing that our schools do. And I'm not talking specifically about my kids' teachers, but I'm
Right.
talking about like the larger organization of education as a whole.
Yeah, like the state standardized test, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So they're doing like when I was in school, I did the MEP test.
same. Yep.
So the MEP test was our thing, but now they do NWEA
Yep.
and some other bullshit.
SLA or it's I know what you're talking about because we probably do the
Yeah,
same ones in our
I
district.
don't know what it is, but it absolutely infuriates me
Mhm.
because there's no better way to curate content than by having a standardized test that you have to teach to so that they can pass.
Right?
Now, I'm not trying to get into conspiracy corner, but if you want to rewrite history of sorts, just as an example, even low key, little bits here and there, if you want to rewrite history in one form or fashion or interject other aspects of society into this type of educational curriculum,
Mhm.
what better way to do it than through standardized testing? Because you're forcing the teachers to hit a number, right?
Yep.
They have their goals and objectives. But then are they really being taught the things they need to learn? The things they need to do, the things they need to understand, or the things that are valuable that they should be learning in school?
No, they're being taught the things that are required by the state.
There it is.
You're
I fucking hate it.
you're speaking right up my alley now because realistically, if you think about it,
Yeah,
it takes two generations
sure.
in order to change all of that
Right,
stuff. So like from my grandpa to my dad was different and from my dad to me was different.
right,
But now from me to my kid is going to be different in a different way.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because I feel a little differently about
yep,
that stuff.
yeah.
But I think you're absolutely
It,
right.
it
It's
is it is infuriating to me that you're gonna take 25 individuals that all have different learning styles, different interests, different things,
personalities,
everything.
different
Yes.
everything.
And
Yeah.
you're going to try to distill the curriculum down to a certain minutia that they have to learn, 1 + 1 is 2 and all this other bullshit.
Right.
If I just it's just the wrong way to approach it. And I hate that they've now tied funding to the results of these fucking tests.
So I guess a silver lining in some of this right now is that I think that some people are starting to recognize that because homeschooling is on the rise
Yeah. Oh,
more than it's
tremendously.
ever been.
Yeah.
And then with the cut of the Department of Education and giving that authority back to the states is probably is I think it's going to be better no matter what. But it's going to be varied on the state, I think, on what the curriculum is gonna entail. You know what I
Right.
mean? I think they'll be able to add or subtract things
Yeah.
as they see fit, whoever that board is,
Yeah.
for the state.
Well, and let me ask you this. Your experience with your kids in school right now,
Mm,
your kids are a little bit older, more so I'm probably speaking to my daughter's age level, like
right,
that 7, 8, 9 level, second, third, fourth grade. The girls have had a really tough year this year. Not The girls are extremely smart.
right,
Their grades are absolutely immaculate. They're doing amazing in school, threes and fours because they don't give grades anymore now. It's all
right,
numerical.
right.
But I mean, they're getting threes and fours across the board. But their peers, it is fucking insane. It is insane. Some of the shit that the girls tell me, and again, I don't want to be a helicopter parent. I don't want to be that parent that's calling the school because I'm getting information from my kids that may or may not be reliable.
100% true, yeah.
But it's like, Jesus Christ, man.
You see so clearly, like, the societal issue when you see these other people's kids and
Yeah.
how they behave and how they act and what they do.
The way in which they talk to the teachers, I'm just like,
Yeah, dude.
yikes,
And
man.
and there's like the repercussions are so minimal. Like the
Right.
teachers don't have a lot of authority anymore.
They have zero
Like
authority.
back in the day, like fucking this Mr. Richards would have fucking like physically like hit me in the back of the head like what are you doing with
Right.
some like a real dumb thing, not all the time, but
Right.
like if it was like real bad, I'd be like what the fuck, like what are you guys doing? He was
Right.
like he was almost like your grandpa, that
Right.
was his stature. He was like 6'4", big dude,
Right.
but he kind of commanded respect, you know
Right.
what I mean? And when people were in his class, they were like, man, Mr. Richards is an asshole, but they didn't fuck around,
Right.
you know.
And I bet you learned,
Yeah.
you
Fuck.
know.
Well, when you got this is why I learned so much from that class, because when you got in trouble, you had to write pages of your times tables, 1 times 1, all the way to 12 times 12.
Oh, baby,
And
now we're talking.
that was 1 page. So depending on the
Woo.
severity of your
Yeah.
incident, you could get 1 page up to 20 pages.
Holy shit.
And then he found out that we were like doing them like this. So then you had to like offset them a little bit because he didn't want you to like just copy. He wanted you to do 1 times 1 equals 1, 1 times 2 equals 2. He goes, because if you're going to keep messing around, he goes, you're going to know your times tables.
Right.
And I'll be damned. I'm 38 years old and I'm pretty good at my times
That's
tables. I
awesome.
probably need a refresher, but yeah, I'm pretty goddamn good at them. But anyway, um, parenting is a huge
Yeah.
like a huge problem, and you don't see it if you're a decent parent, and you don't see it if you're a bad parent. You don't know if
Right.
you're a bad parent. You
Right.
think you're doing the right thing.
Right.
And that's what I mean by it takes 2 generations to fuck everything up.
Right.
Now you have kids having kids, and it digs deeper, more into the education system, more outside of the education system. But there's a whole lot of collapses that happen when you
Yeah.
start doing things like that. People lose their morals and their values, and the family system breaks up, and you got a lot of single moms and single dads and
Right.
drugs. And you know what I mean? You can really
Right.
collapse a society in 20, 30 years if
And
you try.
it's fucking debilitating.
Yeah.
The shit that I hear and I'm just like, they're like, "Oh, we were trying to take our standardized test and, so and so is being disruptive." And so then this whole table had to get moved. And I'm like, "Oh my God, dude, seriously."
Yeah. Imagine already like being stressed out about the standardized tests.
Well, and that's the other thing is they build it up to be such a
Big fucking deal.
yeah, it's like such a milestone at
Well,
these grade levels. And all 4 of my kids have had to take them.
it is a big fucking milestone for the school because if the kids
No,
do shitty on them,
I
then
know.
they don't get the funding or,
Right.
the teachers start getting canned or,
Right.
there's a lot of things that happen. So to them, yeah, it is a huge deal that these kids fucking pass.
Well, and that's why, again, I'm not getting upset with the district in and of itself
I
because
know,
that's the requirement for the state and federal funding. Okay,
100%.
so be it. But it's the state and federal level that I'm getting frustrated with
It's the
because
system.
this isn't the way to teach our children. This
No.
isn't the way to do it.
But you know what needs to happen, and I don't know if we have the system set up. I mean, what needs to happen is you have to like almost gauge these kids psychologically in like the kindergarten age
Right.
and kind of see what they're into,
Right.
and let them explore a
Right.
couple different programs that somebody would have to put together,
Right.
to kind of gauge what you think these guys are into.
Right.
They like maybe some people like building with Legos where this one isn't artistic at all or,
Right.
different things. But you could kind of get some like traits and qualities, but you can't do that in every single city and every
Right.
single town,
I get it. I
and
get
be
it.
like, now then it fucking capitalism would turn that into a for profit
Right.
child
And
prodigy school,
and I don't have the answer.
me neither. I talked
And I
myself
really
out
wish
of it.
X was still here because I'm curious because his wife Becky has homeschooled their kids
Right.
all the way through. I mean, essentially, I think they pulled out their oldest in like 2nd or 3rd grade.
So I've heard some things about homeschooling, and you only actually like are doing work for just a couple hours a day.
Sure.
And after that, they have like programs all over now built for homeschool
Mhm.
kids, like
Yep.
going out to Formar and going out and learning this and learning that. And like,
Yeah.
those are the things that we need to know. What kind of
Right.
tree is that? What kind of flower is that?
Right. Just
That,
understanding what the world is so much more than textbooks,
yeah.
you
And
know.
so much more than work.
Right.
They train you to go to work,
Right.
is what they train you for, where it's like, I think that's why everybody hates working so much because
Right.
they're trained to work for 12 years of their life plus
Right.
college,
Right.
if you go and then you're off in the workforce. And it's like, I don't get to enjoy shit until I'm 67. Like,
Which
what do
is
you mean?
insane. Which is insane.
It is insane. And it's like, they're just, I don't know, the system's just kind of skewed, in the other favor, not for the working man.
Well, and I have done zero research on like other countries, but like we don't have a highly rated education system.
No, we're like 37 right now.
Is that what it is?
That's what got this Department of Education boot started, was that
Yeah.
we're the richest nation in the world, one of the richest nations in the
Right.
world, and we have the most money spent on education per
Right.
capita in the entire world, and we're 30
Jesus.
and we're 37.
Which, I mean, come on, man.
It's like just look at those numbers, and somebody, it's like, hey, something's got to be done. We're not even in the
Right.
top 10.
Right.
Like
If you're in
where are
the
we
top,
failing?
if you're in the top 10, okay,
Yeah,
I can
for sure.
handle that. But like, we're not even in the conversation.
Well, and it's like now they're looking at all the funding that all these big schools have been getting, like Harvard and stuff. I mean,
Right.
you guys are getting billions and billions and billions of dollars.
Right.
And what are you teaching them?
Right.
I mean, you're just teaching them the things that
Teach
you're
them to hate
required
America.
teach. That's it, and that's what they're finding out.
Right.
And it's like,
hey, no arguments here.
Harvard's got 50 some $billion, $8 billion in subsidies from the American government. And it's like, I think you're going to be fine with your 48 billion.
Yeah.
And I don't think we need to give you 8 billion. I think you can handle.
That seems fairly reasonable.
Yeah, I think you can do your payroll and all your things on that.
I think you'll be okay.
Yeah. And they're finding that out about a lot of these places, and it's like, man, it almost feels like it was set up, you know what I mean? Like
the whole thing feels like a scam. Again, that's why we don't have to talk about last episode's rant about taxes.
Right.
But it's like the government is great at spending our money.
Yeah.
But they're not great at actually utilizing our money for any benefit to the vast majority of us.
Yeah, and they're not great at telling you what they're spending your money on.
No.
It's like our fucking gas just went up again today to $3.39. It's like, if you look at crude oil futures, they're all down.
Right.
It's like, why did it go up again 3 weeks before Memorial Day? Now is this like just a psychological boost?
Yes.
Where it's like, oh, well, we're going to take it up now, and then we'll slowly take it down right before Memorial Day, and then we'll slam it all back up again because we want to just get a little bit more out of them. In Atlanta, I know it's way further south, but in Atlanta, gas is under $2 a gallon.
Is it really?
Yeah, and I know it's gonna be a little bit more up here due to like transportation costs and stuff like that, but there's no reason it needs to be $3.39. Yeah, that's crazy. It was $2.85 this morning at that same exact gas station over on Bristol there when I went to work. So that was at like
and then
7.
$3.39 at
lunch, at lunchtime.
Jesus Christ, dude. It's like, fucking wild.
Like, where are they just arbitrary numbers? $3.39 is the highest it's been in a while.
Okay. Yeah.
I know. That's it.
Wind picked up. Time to jack up the price.
I think I smell fuel leaking. Let's jack it up.
Yeah, no shit, right? It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Well, and we were talking about that on the group chat earlier, though, about going to Costco.
Yeah.
So, life pro tip,
that's going to be huge.
If you have a Costco nearby and you're not a member, you should be, just for the fuel savings alone.
Yeah, 100%. I've only had a membership for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm 2/3 of the way to paying my membership off.
Right.
And just with fuel, I haven't even.
With the savings.
Just with the savings from fuel. Yeah.
Right.
Like today.
Did you do what membership did you do? The base one?
Nope. I did the next one, the executive or whatever.
Me too.
Because you get like a bunch of cash back and shit like that.
At the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, he said, and it's not like Costco bucks either. It's an actual check.
Right.
They just mail you a check for you just to cash and do whatever I want. And I was telling you earlier, he said he's got a family of 4, and he's like, it averages about $400. He's like, one time it was like $380, but another time it was like $410. But he's like, I do all of my shopping exclusively here.
And you're going to spend the money anyway, is the thing.
Absolutely.
And nowadays, we need to watch how we're spending money.
Well, it's good. It's good habits, because right now we go to the grocery store. When I say we, I mean my wife, because I fucking hate the grocery store.
Same.
But she'll stop just for like little, I need one of these, and I forgot this, and I need this, I need to make this.
Right.
And we're trying to eliminate a lot of that.
Right.
Because that wasn't even considered into the like weekly shopping that you do. You know what I mean? You go out and spend a few $100s or whatever every single time. So I just kind of added that up. But man, if you really like add up all the little purchases, I mean, there's probably another $150 just in like little tiny trips of, I need this or I need that.
Yeah.
And now we're just trying to go. She'll go after work. She'll go fill up her tank, go into Costco, grab everything that we didn't grab the week
Yeah.
before, you know, because you buy in bulk now.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yep.
we have some stuff left over.
Right.
That's where I think we're really going to start to see,
Yeah.
all right, we don't have to buy this every week. Fucking, I used to do this at Sam's too, but you buy trash bags, you only got to buy them fuckers twice a year
Oh, yeah.
because they give you like 160 or 190 or something in the package for like $20. And it's
Which is
like,
amazing.
I know. I
You
hate
can't.
running out of trash bags.
Yep.
Then you got to go get Clover Valley trash bags and they rip everywhere and you can't stuff.
Shout out to our friends over at Dollar General.
I know you try, but
Yeah.
the goddamn.
They tried.
Yeah, they tried.
All right. Well, that's all my rant was. It wasn't real enthusiastic. Probably lacks some of the swearing cachet that I usually try to fucking flourish into it. But it's something that I actually do give a shit about. And I'm not
Yeah.
just emotionally ranting. It just frustrates me so deeply. And I hope that we can see some changes there because
I hope so too, but
it's not
I mean,
great.
do you tell your kids like don't fucking stress about that? Like
Yes.
it's just a state test. It's not your
Yes.
grade. It's not because that's what I tell mine. I'm like
Yep. Oh, M step. That's
M
the
step.
M
Yep.
step is the new one.
I told him, I said, go just do the best you can. I said, this is all material that you've learned throughout the year. I said, but this has no effect on your final grade.
Right.
So just go in there and do the best you can. Don't sweat it. Don't stress. Like, well, my teacher said, yeah, I know what your teacher said, but just go, if you do the best you
I
can,
just
you're
don't
going
like
to do
that
fine.
the teachers are putting so much gravity and so much weight onto it.
Yeah,
It just frustrates the shit out of me.
I'm with you.
I
And
don't know.
I'm 100% with you.
All right.
I wish I could have. I wish Kelly and I would have known what we knew now back
Sure.
then before we had
Of
kids.
course.
You know what I mean?
Of
I think
course.
everybody does.
Everybody
but it's like
does.
I'm at the point now where it's like, man, we probably could have done things differently with. We probably would have most likely done something
Right.
different with the kids.
I love the concept of homeschooling,
Mm.
with the exception of the fact that Jessica and I are not homeschool teachers.
And neither are we. You know,
And that's just
We're
not,
really
like
not.
my sister does it. You know, ex's wife did it. You know, there's just
But maybe if you knew now what you knew then, maybe you would have been a little different.
maybe.
You know what I mean? You never know. It's that fork in the road.
I know.
You know,
Multiverse.
You went this way, but what if you would have went that way?
In the multiverse, I'm just a stay-at-home dad teaching my kids all the great things about life.
Yeah, you hit the lottery when you were 19. You know?
Oh, so I died when I was 20. Perfect. Good to know.
No, when you hit the lottery, you had a self-awakening moment, and you were like,
Oh, is that how it works?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'd be more along the lines of the guy that, killed himself with a cocaine overdose surrounded by hookers.
Did you ever see that news clip of the guy? They had the Mega Millions or whatever going on, and this news anchor live on TV is like, "What are you gonna do if you win the money?" And he's like, "Buy cocaine and hookers." And she's like, "Okay." Like they pulled the thing away.
Yes. That was so great.
He's like off to work. Like, oh,
Yeah.
see you later.
Yep.
Like, grab my lunchbox.
Fingers crossed. It's true though. It's so true.
I know.
All right, let's jump into conspiracy corner. What do you got for me tonight?
It's not conspiracy corner,
I love it.
but
I'm
I've
still
got
here for it.
I've got a really, really good one. So listen, I'm gonna paint another picture for you. You
I
ready?
love it. Yes.
Get your mind ready.
I'm ready.
Tonight, I'm gonna take you on one of the most mysterious regions in North America. A place where planes vanish, ships turn up empty, and reality seems to bend. But it's not the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay.
This one right here is in the Midwest. It's called the Lake Michigan Triangle.
Really?
Really?
Get the fuck out of here. Something a little topical, a little nearby, huh?
Exactly.
All right.
I love it. So listen, starting in 1950,
Okay.
Northwest Airlines Flight 2501 was flying from New York to Minneapolis carrying 58 people. Somewhere over Lake Michigan, the plane vanished off the radar. No distress call, no crash site, just gone. This is in 1950. In the days that followed, only small fragments of debris and human remains washed up near South Haven.
Jesus.
Despite extensive searches, even today with sonar and underwater drones, the main wreckage has never been found. So the question lingers, did it crash? Was it pulled into something else? Or is there a piece of Lake Michigan history that the government doesn't want us to know?
Oh, sniggity. Here we go.
Sniggity, sniggity. So back up a little bit, 1921, there was a ship called the Rosabelle.
Okay.
A 200-ton schooner was found floating upside down in the triangle. Upside down. The ship was in good shape, no storm damage, no signs of collision, but every member of the crew was missing. 11 people, all of them gone.
Holy fuck.
It wasn't a ghost ship, it was real. People saw the vessel adrift with no souls on board. Some believed it was attacked by another ship, but there was no marks. Others think something unexplainable happened.
So the ship was upside down.
Upside
So what are they
down.
saying? They're thinking there's like a rogue wave or
Well,
something?
that's a couple of the theories are rogue weather, just the
Yep.
Great Lakes being the Great
Sure.
Lakes,
Sure.
you know. Other ones are, well, linking it to the Bermuda Triangle. Like, is there something out there that people don't know where all of these currents kind of converge? You know,
Yeah.
there might be something to
Sure.
it, but nobody really knows. So if disappearing ships and planes weren't enough, here's where it gets a little more weird.
Okay.
Time slips and UFOs,
No
which
shit.
might explain a little bit. So fishermen have reported sudden fog rolling in, followed by hours passing in what felt like minutes. One man claimed he looked at his watch and had jumped 3 hours without him even noticing. Boaters have described glowing lights under the water, too large and too fast to be submarines or fish. And it's not just stories. There's radar recordings of strange blips moving erratically in the triangle zone. The US government has never officially explained what's going on. So, what is the Lake Michigan Triangle? Is it a place of bad weather and bad luck, or something more? Is there a portal, a magnetic vortex, or a hot spot for the unknown?
No shit. Jesus, I feel like we need some overlay some spooky sounds there. That's
We
fucking
do. I
crazy.
know, dude. So, I mean, the area of South Haven. Have you ever been out that way?
Yeah.
South Haven and all them
Yep.
places. We've been out there a couple times, and I've never actually been like on the waters on a boat
Sure.
in the Great Lakes.
Yep.
But any of the trips that I've taken, like to lighthouses and shit like that, you hear
Yeah.
about the Edmund Fitzgerald and
Right.
the White Hurricane and like
Yep.
all that kind of shit. You know, it's apparently anybody who is a captain of a ship says that the Great Lakes are just as treacherous, if not more, than the ocean.
I have heard that.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy to think about. You know,
That's
like
absolutely wild.
yeah,
Well, and I think in Lake Michigan they call it like the Lake Michigan Stonehenge.
yeah, for sure.
There's like a whole bunch of like weird rock formations and shit, like stuff that would be man-made
Yeah. Well,
or at least made by something or somebody,
exactly. Well,
which is fucking crazy to
there's
me.
a bunch of like different landmarks and shit. If you start kind of traveling the outside thumb and all that shit up, I've never actually done like the full lighthouse tour
Yeah.
of all around, but I think that would be kind of cool to do, you know,
Yep.
on a weekend or something. Just kind of like take that all up and around because they got these little museums there and like
Right.
the one lighthouse, the whole, uh, oh, I forget the guy. His name's like the Lightmaster or whatever, the guy
Okay.
that
Yeah, I
runs the
don't either.
lighthouse. Well, they have a cabin on site, obviously, that's almost connected, but you get to walk in, and I mean, it is set up to the tits exactly like it was in like the 1800s.
No
The
shit.
stove, the fucking floor, like everything has been preserved. You can touch it. Like like an old hat is like hanging up on the
No
thing. Like,
shit.
yeah, it is super fucking cool. And you go in there, they got like the old light canisters. They got
Yeah.
a big ass barrel that they used to carry with fuel oil
Right.
all the way up because it wasn't a light, it was a candle,
Right.
you know, and they would carry this fucking big ass bucket of fuel oil all the way up them stairs.
No shit.
Yep. Refill it, bring it all back down. And it was like a guy, and there was a whole family that lived in there, but it was like a guy and his two sons that really like took care of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's super cool. So if you ever get a chance, you're over that way somewhere,
Yeah.
just pick a lighthouse and go to it. I'm sure they're all very similar in that
So
way.
what do they call it? The Lake Michigan
Triangle.
The Lake Michigan Triangle. So what are the 3 points?
I'm not sure.
Doesn't say?
I know I thought about that after I put it all together, but it's
Interesting.
over in the South Haven area.
Sure.
That's where the ship wreckage actually came up. So I'd have to
Okay.
imagine if we do look at a map, we could probably find the general area right there by South
That's
Haven.
crazy though.
I know, super crazy. And they never found those 11 guys.
Well, and
Ever.
I love getting on like Reddit and looking at Ask Reddit threads,
Mhm.
and they'll have ones that talk about like what's the scariest thing you've seen out on the ocean, shit like that. And there's just a ton of shit that is completely and utterly unexplained.
Well, have you ever seen videos like from the cruise ships and the guys are just like videoing out at
Yeah.
nighttime?
Yeah.
It's like the deep, dark abyss.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
there's nothing for miles. There's no lights. Like
Yep.
you are the only electricity out
Oh,
there.
it was a little disconcerting when we were on our cruise last year.
Mhm.
You know, and we're basically in the Gulf of Mexico. and you could figure out where you were, but like you couldn't see shit. I mean, it was just fucking black. And there's something about the sirens call and what have you. Now I didn't hear anything weird, but like the ocean, there was an unexplainable emotion to just want to be in the water. I'm standing
Ah,
on the balcony
right.
and I'm just like it was uncanny. Cause like I don't get vertigo. I'm not afraid of heights or anything like that.
No.
But like I'm standing there at the balcony and it's got like the glass
Mm.
because you want to be able to see through it. But I'm standing there and I'm leaning up against the balcony. I'm like, man, there's just like this weird urge to just fucking swan dive off this fucking balcony.
I'm sure you're not the only one.
Oh, for sure.
Some people do it. They're like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. YOLO.
I can make it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm in fucking hundreds of thousands of kilometers of wide open ocean. This ought to go really well.
Hey.
Just kidding.
Throw me that raft. It's like on the movies.
Yeah. Fucking wild though.
Yeah.
Well, and I've seen some shorts on like TikTok and whatnot of like some of these fishermen that are out there,
Oh yeah.
and these aren't big boats either, but they're
No.
like, we don't know what this is. And so they go to the recording
Mm.
and you hear like people legitimately talking to you. And they're like, are there mermaids? What is this?
What the
And it's
fuck?
fucking crazy. Next time I come across one of them, I'll send them to you because
Yeah.
the algorithms tossed a few at me the last week or so.
Yeah, hit me with them.
But it's unsettling. Like that's not natural. That's not something you should be hearing.
So you know what I really want to do? And you should probably do with me?
Perfect.
On the paranormal shows, how they set up those recorders
Yeah.
in the places.
Yeah.
I always watch that show. I love Ghost Adventures. It's one of my favorite shows. But I don't know if any of that shit's true. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's all just
Right.
just good entertainment.
Sure.
And it's the paranormal. So it's
Right.
like it's always that question.
Right.
I wanna physically hear one for myself.
Right.
Like I've had a couple like weird experiences and stuff
Yep.
in my lifetime,
Same.
but nothing definitive that's
Right.
like, that's 100% unexplainable.
Right.
But yeah, I want to go into a haunted place, set one of them recorders down, and
That'd be
and
wild.
just see if we can get some.
Dude, I am a huge pussy.
Because if it's literally just you and me, and we hear a third voice on there,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's gonna be like kind of mind bending.
So we would have to make a pact here
Yeah.
that I would die, but I would probably shit my pants first. So I don't want to be found like that. So you have to
Clean you up.
you have to promise me that you'll clean me up before they find the body.
Okay. Well, if that's how it's got to be, you're gonna have to wear a diaper. You have to wear a diaper to our paranormal event.
Sold. I'll bring the baby wipes.
At least get the body wipes so they're big. It's like I want to cover the
Yeah.
whole hand. You know.
I just completely vacate my bowels. I'm just like, and I'm dead.
Oh, fuck,
I
that's
fall
so
backwards
funny.
and boob squirts out the side of the adult Depends diaper.
Oh, you shouldn't have wore white.
So
Damn it.
my ghost is floating above it. Sorry, Mikey. As I travel into the other world. It's so true though. But I've been in some instances like that. Like when you were in
Yeah.
college and you guys went to the fucking hospital and
Yeah.
shit. I remember going into Oakdale over in Lapeer, the old mental facility, and we weren't there long enough, but like I was able to work myself into a frenzy
Yeah.
that I'm like, I'm too high strung for shit like that. Like I can't wrap my head around. I'm like, I'm scared of freaking out. I gotta go. I gotta get the fuck out of here. My fight or flight response initiates immediately and it's
Activated.
always flight.
Yep.
It's always flight. Like I gotta fucking get the fuck out of here, bro. Like
There's
this is
nothing
not
to fight there. That's the thing. There's
we
nothing-
don't know that though.
There's nothing but you're just there's nothing that's like a dream where you can't move your arms.
just haymakers.
Yep.
Just haymakers at all the ghosts.
Yep.
All the goblins.
Oh my god.
Did you hear they're coming out with a 13 ghost series?
I am super fucking pumped. For
I am
that.
pumped too.
That's one
Tony-
of my favorite movies.
dude.
It's such a
Matthew
good
Lillard, Tony Shalhoub, so good.
it is
It
such
scared
an
the fuck out of me. I remember watching in the theater. I'm like, this is fucking terrifying.
it's such an underrated movie
Oh,
because in the
so.
theaters, it, like, completely fucking tanked,
Oh yeah,
and people didn't know how good it was. I remember watching it, I was like, "God, the monsters, the
yeah.
ghosts in it, and, like, the
Well,
moving, like, clock thing, the
and they
whole house
they
was
did
just"
such a good job with the backstory too,
Yes,
of like
everything was
fleshing
so
out the
good.
backstory and all that. Dude, it was great.
It
I
was such
fucking
a good
loved it.
movie, I know. I
Yeah,
still watch it, I'm like, "This is" it stands the test of time too because I
yeah,
watched it in the last year, and I'm like, "This is such a good fucking
yeah,
movie."
yeah. Well, the other one, it's since we're talking about movies. Oh, Final Destination: Bloodlines is coming out.
Yes,
We
we
gotta
should.
let's set up a date night. The four of us can go out and watch it because
Yeah,
that looks fucking great.
yeah.
Because I mean, Final Destination. That's why I'm scared of logging trucks. And e- and
100%.
every millennial that I know will never drive behind a logging truck. It
I
will never happen.
When I see one and I have to pass it, I get the physical shivers from
Me
my feet
too.
to my fucking spine, dude, and I
Yep.
gotta, like, just get past it. I hate it
Yep.
so
And that
much.
was Final Destination 2.
Yeah.
But like the first one, with the airplane and everything, like it what a creative setup for a
Oh,
movie.
yes.
Just a brilliant story to be able to build upon. That death's always out there. Death's always coming. You
Yeah.
might skip out, but it doesn't matter.
Coming back around for you, baby.
It was fucking crazy. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Final Destination Bloodlines.
Yeah,
That
those
looks
were
super
like,
good. I don't care if it's campy and shitty. It's just going to be fun because it's like a nostalgia thing,
yeah, for sure, and I think that's probably kind of the premise, like
which is fine.
yeah, which look at all the millennials in there to come in there and jazz it up, but I think it's probably gonna be good. All of them were pretty good. I mean,
I
you know
enjoyed
what
them.
they yeah, you know what they are at the
Yeah.
one point, but the acting has always been pretty
Yep.
decent.
Well, and they had the one with the roller coaster.
It's probably why no,
They
I hated roller coasters
they
before
had
that.
the other one with the carnival.
Yep,
So they had the carnival, the roller coaster, the logging truck, the airplane.
and then the last one was the oh, man, I forget the main premise, but the girl is that the one where the girl gets hit by a bus? She's, like, standing in the street in, like, New York or
No,
whatever and gets fucking smacked by the bus.
no, because that was the end of one of them. Maybe two or three. I don't know, but it was.
So Bloodlines is the premise of all of these people are the bloodlines of
I don't
the
know.
it's what it sounds
Is that
like.
what it sounds like?
I don't know for sure, but that's what it sounds like.
See,
All
because
of them are some kind of a descendant of the previous people who've died in the movies,
no shit.
whether they're brothers, sisters, cousins, like
So what I
whatever.
saw was like there was some type of like a CN Tower type building
Mm,
where they were on like a glass floor
mm.
and the floor gives out.
Sounds
So
terrifying.
that's what I saw, at least in the preview, that looked like the event, but I don't know.
Okay. All
So
right. Yeah, that's a
who
cliffhanger for sure.
who fucking knows? But I'm gonna go see it regardless.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't get
it's
out
gonna be good.
much, so I want to go see it. It just again, it's a callback to a different time. Like, yeah, I want to fucking check this shit out. They've done a good job with some of these remakes, so I'm excited to see it.
And it's a good reason to go get steak bites and cheese balls.
Yes, yes, it is.
Mhm, mhm,
No
mhm.
arguments there. So, anything in closing tonight?
Well, since we're talking about movies, I
Yes.
seen a man, what is it called? The Last Witch Hunter with
Okay.
Vin Diesel.
I have not seen anything for that.
So I never actually saw anything either, but it had really good reviews on Amazon,
No
and it was
shit.
made in 2023. Vin Diesel's not the best actor, but all in all, it was a really good movie, and Michael actually liked it a lot.
No shit.
I thought the graphics in it were pretty good. The witches looked really cool,
Yeah.
and like the story was cool. And when he got to the end and figured it out, I was like, "Oh shit, like that's cool."
What's the era for the film?
So, it's the main movie is like present day,
Okay.
but it goes through some backstory of he's this there's no spoilers here. He's an immortal witch hunter.
Okay.
So way back when, I don't even think they told you the date. Way back when he was cursed by this witch. Him and his clan, his group was out hunting these witches for whatever reason. I'll let you
Okay.
figure that out. They were out hunting these witches. Well, they kill this whole like family, this whole town of witches, and the last witch, who's like the main witch, cursed him with immortality because she was
Okay.
killing him. they get into this thing and basically like his wife and daughter died.
Okay.
So he didn't care if he died because she said, I'm going to take you with me. And he's like, I really don't care. And she's like, well, then I curse you with immortality and you have to live with this your whole entire life. So she cursed him, then she dies. So he's alive forever. So like fast forward 800 years
Okay.
and it's present day.
No
And
shit.
yet he's basically still the witch hunter, but in modern times. He's got a cell phone and shit, and they go over that.
No shit.
Yeah, it's some different stuff, but it's actually really good. I think you would enjoy it.
No kidding.
And
That's right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, me too. And it's PG-13, so grab the boys,
Yeah.
watch it with them. Michael loved it. He was like, he's like, I wonder if they're gonna come out with a 2. And I'm like, I don't know. Look at
That's
it.
sweet. Well, speaking of witches, they're doing a sequel of Practical Magic.
Oh no shit.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nicole Kidman, Sandra Bullock are going to be back. I love Sandra Bullock. Oh my
No
God. I fell in
shit.
love with her watching Speed,
Yes.
which the boys and I just watched Speed.
Did you?
Oh my God. So good.
It's been a long time since I watched
That was
that.
prime Keanu. You know,
Oh,
just
real,
fucking
dude.
crushing, dude.
Yeah.
So good. Love
Is-
that movie.
Is Keanu Asian? I
I
know
don't-
this is a very off the fucking wall question.
I don't know.
But so you just mentioned him. So I'm looking at movies the other day before
Yeah.
I found that one.
Yeah.
And there was a section for like South Pacific, Asian, whatever. And in all of these like movies that were clearly Asian people, they had the entire Matrix series with Keanu Reeves. And I was trying to think, like, is there a fucking South Pacific Asian in that movie, or is Keanu South Pacific Asian? I don't
I don't
know.
think so.
I don't think so either. Kelly said that she possibly thinks that he was like part Asian, but if you're part Asian and like look white, can you still get in the South Pacific Asian category of movies? Like, can you win a nomination?
Really reaching.
That's
here.
what I'm saying.
Reaching.
Are they? I don't know.
I don't know. That sounds.
They're like, let's just throw the Matrix series
Well, now I
in
know-
here, and nobody else.
Instead of doing work's going to have to get put off so that I can research. You know.
if Keanu has any Asian heritage,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Now.
it's got to be South Pacific Asian though, because that was the category.
Well, and that's what X sent us yesterday. The little snip from Reddit that said, you know, don't fuck with people that hyperfixate.
Yeah,
That's us.
That's us.
That's
yeah.
us. We are absolutely the people that hyperfixate on shit. So sorry.
Yeah, I might have to write a letter to Amazon Prime, like, hey, I did a little digging, and he's not South Pacific
Yeah.
Asian.
This doesn't feel
Yeah,
accurate.
he's actually Northwest Korean.
Northwest Korean. He's the third cousin twice removed of Kim Jong-un, which is absolutely crazy.
No.
I don't know. Have you gone to see what is it? Thunderbolts?
Oh no, I haven't. Have you seen it?
I have not.
I've
I've
heard some good stuff.
I've heard super good things about it.
Yeah,
I just
me too.
haven't had a fucking hot red second to be able to get to the movies.
I'd be down to go watch that though.
Yeah, I'd love to go see that because I'm a huge Marvel guy. I don't care how bad the movies are. I'm gonna watch them.
They're fun to watch.
They are.
Like
They're-
almost all of them are fun to watch. Even if you're
Yes.
not really into that character, it's still
Right.
fun to watch. The CGI is really good.
Yep.
Some of the backstories are kind of it. Like, did you ever watch Morbius?
No.
No. That I don't know if that will ever take off, and I almost wonder if that was just like an origin story to maybe introduce him later on.
Could be. Yeah.
Because it wasn't great, but it was still fun to watch.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, oh, okay.
It's like a popcorn flick. You can sit down.
Yeah.
You can chill out.
Yeah.
You can still scroll on your phone a little bit and not lose the plot too much, but it'll keep you entertained.
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. So what do you got planned for this week? Just work?
Yeah, man. Work. We're on 6 days, so we're slamming. We're slamming
Good.
hard.
Good.
We got a track meet this week. That goes all the way up. They have a track meet on their last day of school. So
No
that goes,
shit.
yep, that goes all the way right till the very end.
Okay.
So
Where's the track meet at? Local?
yep, at home.
Okay. Well, that's
Yep,
perfect then.
at home.
Well, this Saturday I've got my flip-flop 5K.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited about that. That's going to be a good time. The weather looks pretty decent, like mid 60s. So that's perfect to be able to go out and do some running.
What time does that start?
10 a.m.
Ooh.
10 a.m. Yep. And then the community color run at 11:30. So we're looking forward to that.
Is that like back to back in the same area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Everything's staged kind of in the same area.
Nice.
Yep. So it'll be a good time. I'm excited for that.
You got some setup and some prep and stuff to do that
Oh,
morning?
yeah. I'm just running around like a fucking crazy person.
Oh yeah. Did
Yep.
you get some running shoes?
No.
No?
Not enough people signed up.
Oh,
That was
the
thing.
stipulation?
That was the stipulation. I wanted to have so many signups in a 7-day period, and we fell short. Not we, the community. So tough shit. I ain't fucking running. I would have ran.
Maybe.
It would have hurt a lot.
No, it wouldn't have.
I don't know, man. It's been a long time since I ran.
Is it?
I'm not a runner. Like, I'll run places. I'll run around in the yard, but this is short bouts. This isn't
Right.
3.1 fucking miles.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Running 3.1 miles after not running that's a hell of a leap. But that's kind of your style.
That
all
is
or nothing.
absolutely my
All or
style.
nothing.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
Training is for pussies.
Talking about practice right now?
Yeah. I come back, my brand new shoes are all red from all the bleeding blisters on my feet.
Your feet are just destroyed. No, those things are hardened. They see all weather. Like, they are hard.
They are, but they don't wear shoes. So my heels, I'm going to have to tie them tight because my shit's going to be all fucked up.
I'd be willing to bet that your feet just blow the fabric right out of them shoes.
I look like Lou Ferrigno in the old Hulk, just blowing out the shoes.
Your toes are just yoked as hell, just busting out, just so angry to be
I do have a pair.
encapsulated.
Have you ever heard of the Vibram running shoes?
Yes, I have.
So I have a pair of Vibrams.
Do they still fit?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But the running that we would be doing would be on blacktop. And those shoes are more for like trail running and shit like that.
Sure.
So I don't think that that's probably the right idea.
Are they like hogback shoes?
Yeah. I've worn them out there once or twice.
Yeah. What do they just give you, like a little extra grip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The extra grip, and it gives you a little bit more sole.
Yeah.
Because it actually, have you seen them?
Yeah.
Like,
they
look like toe
out.
socks.
Yeah. They spread everything out.
Yeah.
I've never wore them though. I didn't know if they had like grippies on the bottom or if they're smooth.
It's like a shoe sole of sorts.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe when we finally get out to the hogbacks, I'll wear them out there.
Do they make your feet feel better with your toes like that? Because it says like that's kind of how your foot is supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
Lines your bones and all that shit.
It's much less painful than wearing fucking shoes.
Really?
I'll tell you that. Yeah. Fucking hate shoes.
That's why I like boots so much though, because like if I want to, I can move my toes out like that. They're not confined real tight.
Oh, shoes are just the worst, especially because I mean, in the industry I'm in, if you're gonna get dressed up, you're gonna wear like dress shoes, right?
Those are
always pointy, and so I'm always like my toes are always like, it's fucking terrible. I fucking hate it.
I did this little project. Did you ever hear about the Chinese little feet? Thing.
Yeah. Where they do foot binding?
Yeah, fucking foot binding, dude. And their feet, I mean, they end up like little balls. And it was a fucking Chinese fetish.
Yeah.
Where they would have these little tiny feet and they would have these women put these fucking things on and go up there and do dances and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a fucking weird fetish.
Yeah. But I mean, you'd say that about all fetishes.
Yeah. Yeah. Some are more different than others, but man.
I don't get into like body mutilation.
No, that's what I mean. Like
seems like a stretch.
Like a foot fetish is odd, but a foot binding fetish, that's just weird. You know?
If I want to get tied down and smacked up a little bit, that's all right. That's within the realm of normalcy.
Yeah,
I'm always in control, so now I'd like to not be in control.
Yeah,
tie me up, babe.
Smack me up a little bit there, mommy.
Harder.
Here, put this glove on.
Yeah. Well, we've made everybody uncomfortable right here at the conclusion. So I guess with a fairly mild episode, we got to bring it home at the end.
Yeah, we got your heart rate up before we leave. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We just hit 100. So, yeah, got to get these thoughts out of my head or I'm not going to be able to stand up from my my table here.
Be on my way home in a minute, babe.
Woo! Getting a little warm in here. Oh, my God. Prep the straps, babe.
And crank the AC up.
That's right. Get the fans going.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, for episode 59 of Incredibly Uncensored, I am Johnny B. Good, the flip-flop agent, joined by my man,
Mikey B.
We will see you next week. Hopefully, I won't need any more mental health breaks.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully that was your one for the summer.
That was my one for the summer.
Yeah.
Now we're good. We're solid. All right. We will see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.